If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in Transmogs. We're going to start off with the shoulders and a dwarf who's on amphetamines. The Pauldrons of Violent Eruption. Siege of Orgrimmar, Mythic, Tears of the Veil, 23% on the drop rate to pick up the shoulders. Very brown and orange. The chest, Wrathful Gladiators. I like the Wrathful sets. Wrathful and Tyrannical are two of my favorite overall sets for any given class, pretty much. Yeah, some aren't that great, but most of them are good. The belt, Prideful if you're Horde. Prideful if you're Alliance, Grievous if you're Horde, Mob PvP vendor, 1 Mark of Honor to pick up the belt. That looks so good on a Blood Elf or even a Void Elf. They're basically the same, just one has kind of like blue powder dropped on them. The legs, Wrathful Gladiators Plate Laggards, Dalaran, Wrath of the Lich King version, and we're going to move on to a Blood Elf, the Treads of Unchained Hate. In other words, just chaosness. Siege of Orgrimmar Mythic to pick that up. The hands, Corruption, Rotted Gauntlets, Siege of Orgrimmar Mythic, same set, tier set as the shoulders. Tears of the Veil, same boss, decent drop rate, 25%. Moving on, we got an undead lady showing you the Great Cloak of the Dark Pantheon. Antares, the Burning Flame, Orgrimmar is the boss, decent drop rate. In the head, Wrathful Gladiators Plate Helm. This is the Dalaran Wrath of the Lich King version. You get it from the PvP vendor for Marks of Honor. And the weapon, Vengeful Gladiators Decapitator, Netherstorm, BC. I'm really digging this set for Warriors. It just really works. That's my opinion, though. Some of the sets that I make, I'm not that in love with. I make it because I realize people have different tastes. Ruthless Gladiators Plate Shoulders. This is from the Cata PvP vendor, so yeah, the shoulders are very easy to get. The chest is straight out of the Eternal Palace LFR version. Saquil is the boss, 8% on the drop rate. Gonna basically move from the Night Elf to a Lady Void Elf. We're gonna show you the belt, the Crackle Snap Clasp, Throne of Thunder, Heroic, Cache of Storms, 10% on the drop rate. So it's got that purple, blue, silver look, and it really works for Warriors, especially with that weapon, I think. The legs, Tide Goddesses, Wargreaves, the Eternal Palace LFR version, Queen Ashara is the boss. Kind of a low drop rate, but worth the grind. Now we're going to move on to an undead where it's looking pretty sharp. The Ruthless Gladiators War Boots of Alacrity. Cata PvP vendor, 2 Marks of Honor to get the boots from that old Cata PvP set. The hands, also Ruthless Gladiators Plate Gauntlets from that same set as the shoulders and the boots. The back is obviously Gilded Thorium Cloak, Karazhan, BC level, or BC version. Terrestrial Nullhoof is the dude. And we have the Tabard, which is the Tabard of the E-Bomb Blade. Ice Crown Citadel, you got to buy it from the E-Bomb Blade Quartermaster. You're going to need some rep in order to do that. And the head, Primal Gladiators Plate Helmet, WoD PvP vendor, 3 Marks of Honor to get that headpiece. And the weapon, which really makes the set epic, Shadow Moon Valley, Doomwalker Rare, got to kill him. Gonna start off with the shoulders. I gotta say, I really like this set for Warriors. Looks very edgy. Battle Lords, Pauldrons, Suramar, First Arcanist, Thalissa. You're gonna have to basically progress through your order hall in order to have enough rep to buy those shoulders for yourself. The chest, Gut Crusher chest plate, Blood Maul Slag Mines. What a name, Magmalitus. Say that 5 times really fast. Got a human showing you the Wild Combatant's Girdle of Cruelty. If you're Horde, it would be Warmongering, and you basically buy it from the PvP vendor from WoD. The legs are the Black Rock leg plates, which is from your WoD Garrison. You got to buy those with some currency. And the Battle Lords War Boots Skyhold is the place, because that's part of your tier set from Legion, which is the same set the hands are a part of. So the hands, the shoulders, the boots, all from that same set that you acquire as you progress through your order hall. Moving on, we're going to show you, now I have a shirt here, which is the desecrated seaweed shirt. You can use it, you don't have to necessarily use it, but you can buy that with some strange currency. And the Tabard of the Earthen Ring, Simmering Expanse, Earthen Ring Quartermaster, going to need rep and gold to buy that. And the head, which is Savage Gladiators Plate Helm, Dalaran Wrath of the Lich King version, 3 marks of honor. Sticking with the Magthar Orc, who's showing you the weapon, which really makes this work very well from Island Expeditions. This set is a little bit of Legion PvP gear, as well as some vanilla gear. Shoulders, Cruel Gladiators, plate shoulders, Legion PvP vendor, marks of honor. You basically have to buy the entire set if you don't have it. Blizzard's got an issue of PvP vendors. Cape of Stranglethorn Veil is where you're going to head, do the Stranglethorn Fever quest to get the chest piece, so that's quest reward. Moving on to belt, which is also part... So the belt, the shoulders, the head, the gloves, and the boots are all from the Cruel Gladiators plate PvP set. By the way, that's Alliance only, but I think there's a Horde equivalent for the chest and legs that you can swap out if you want. Not 100% sure though. Check Wowhead for that. The legs, as you can see, is a quest reward. Can't make an omelet without, breaking some eggs. That's a quote from Fight Club, and a quest reward from Cata. The feet, which is, that's incorrect, but that would be one of the Gladiators piece of from Cruel Gladiator that season. So if you buy the whole set, you'll get the boots, the gloves, the belt, the head, the chest, so it's definitely worth it. But like I said, that's Alliance only. I show it on Horde characters just so people get ideas for other builds. The 7th Legionnaire's Cloak, Borealis, once again an Alliance only piece. That's a 7th Legion emissary, so keep doing those emissaries. Eventually you'll get that cloak. It's not that as bad as a drop rate as it seems. The head is straight out of Black Temple. And the weapon, Savage Gladiator's Bone Grinder, Dalaran Wrath of the Lich King version. I'm going to start off with the shoulders. Got a Kultiran who's showing you the Backbreaker Spalders, Heroic Dragon Soul, Greater Cache of the Aspects, 43% on the drop rates. Yeah, this doesn't look so great on a Kultiran, but trust me, it's going to look epic, especially on female tunes. Carapace of Anub Shaya, Black Rock Depths, or you could just step up and buy it on the auction house. We'll get into that when we get into the legs. The belt is the Soul Renders Great Belt, Tomb of Sargeras Heroic, Kill Jaden, kind of a low drop rate to get the Death Knight kind of looking belt, but it works for warriors, it really does. The legs are the Saltstone Leg Chains, Dire Maul, Varus Mobs, Kill 'em all, buy it on the auction house. And the chest would also be part of that Saltstone vanilla set, so you could just buy that on the auction house, but it is expensive. That's why I put in the piece that you could farm. The Dragon Soul Heroic is where you get the feet, 15% on the drop rate. Got the Blood Elf doing the spin because she's trying to show you the cloak, which is up next after the hands, which are the Necrotic Boneplate Gauntlets. I think that's trust me, you could basically get the look-alike set. That's the regular DK set, but there's a piece that also drops from that same boss, same raid, that you could use for warriors. The back is the Frostguard Drape, which is basically crafted from your tailor or bought on the auction house. The helm, as you can see, Garage Hellscream drops it out of the Mythic Siege of Orgrimmar, and the weapon, which really works with this set, Death's Bite, 10-man Naxxramas Kel'Thuzad is the boss. I'm thinking, yeah, this works for warriors. Why not? The shoulders, Warbringer shoulder plates, Gruul's Lair, High King Mulgar, 65% is still a great drop rate. The chest piece is the Commander's Armor, which is Hillsbrad Foothills. Robark is a rare you could buy from, or buy it from. You got to kill the guy and get it, basically. Or you can buy it on the auction house. Got a Night Elf, which looks really sharp on him. The War Belt of Sealed Pods, Heart of Fear Heroic, Imperial Vizier Zorlok, 14% on the drop rate. That's Blizzard's favorite drop number, 14%. Commander's Leggings, Felwood, Grimrot is a rare you could kill to pick that up, or you could buy it on the auction house, that old vanilla set. 10% on the drop rate. Got a Lady Draenei showing you the Boulder Fist Greaves, Arcanine Crypts, various mobs, kill them all, farm it out of that dungeon, or you could just buy it on the auction house, probably a better bet. We did the spin, showed you the cloak, which we're going to show you in a second, but first, the Warbringer's Gauntlets. Karazhan, the Curator, is the dude who drops. So Karazhan's always fun to do. A lot of pets that you can get that you could sell. They used to sell well, not so much anymore, though. And the back is the Flesh Hook Cloak, Highmaul, the Butcher, kind of a fair drop rate on the cloak. Moving on, we're going to show you the headpiece, which is the Helm of Crestfallen Challenger. Trial of the Champion, Edric's Cash, 14% on the drop rate. That might be Alliance only, not sure. And the weapon, straight out of Black Wing Descent, Nefarian is the boss. If you're still listening up and until now, I want to say thank you for watching, and I'll close out by saying what I always say: whatever it is by you, whether it is morning, afternoon, or night, make your day epic.